everybody, it's Melissa. Today I'm giving you my honest opinion and full review of a Lattafa fragrance called Asad. And real quick, if you're a fan of M-Wash fragrances, just a quick heads up, there is a sale happening for that brand right now. So if you want, I'll put a 15% off discount code for y'all in the comment section below and in the description box. But know that the link there is an affiliate link, so always buy where you feel the most comfortable, okay? But I blind bought Asad 3 weeks ago. It was during my birthday sale. I got this one, Camera, and Angel Share. And so many people were asking me about this scent in particular. And the first time I smelled it, I said, this smells like Dior Sauvage Elixir. And it's pretty damn close. If you were to ask me, do I think this fragrance is worth it? I would easily say yes, if you like the Dior Sauvage DNA. But even outside of that, it's like a $30 fragrance. And when a $30 fragrance smells good, even if it's not mind-blowingly amazing, I'm still gonna say it's blind buy worthy because most people are not gonna get buyer's remorse off a $25 to $35 fragrance. So if that is a scent you want, Sauvage Elixir, price point is a bit too high for you and you're like, damn, what's the closest thing I could get to that? This right here, okay? Even for me, somebody that I've smelled a good amount of fragrances over the past couple years, and this, if I were to smell somebody wearing Asad and next to them is somebody wearing Dior Elixir, I would think they're wearing the same fragrance. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys and say, oh no, like you can clearly tell there's a massive difference when you smell this versus something else. Now, of course, on your own skin, it might come across differently, right? But really, I think that this is identical enough, truly. And if you've never smelled Dior Sauvage Elixir, think of, well, when you take the original base DNA of Dior Sauvage, which is very Ambroxan based, right? And if you don't really know what that smell is, just imagine yourself walking into Macy's or Sephora, going to the masculine fragrance side, and whatever smell is in the air, a lot of the times that is Dior Sauvage. Most people that are watching this video have probably smelled Dior Sauvage, but like just imagine that as kind of a blank canvas and you're getting that DNA, right? But as it dries down, even not even in just the dry down, but the fragrance has added depth to it that makes people that are into fragrances intrigued. And it also makes people that aren't into fragrances and just want to smell good also intrigued, because there's a little bit of that complexity to it. And when I'm talking about the complexity, it's kind of reminiscent of almost like a Christmas tree, like a pine tree vibe. That's what I get when I smell this fragrance. There's a little bit of that greenery and it's a little Christmassy in my opinion, mixed with that typical Sauvage DNA. Now, I'm not gonna list all the notes of this scent because I don't have that memorized, and I'm also not gonna tell you, oh yeah, there's tobacco, there's vanilla in this, and like to make you think it's gonna smell like that, because it doesn't really smell like that. And before anybody says, oh, you can't smell the fragrance off the atomizer like that, yes, you can. It depends on what scent. And this one is very prominent that you can smell it right off here. But yeah, dude, it smells so similar to Sauvage Elixir, really. And I'm not gonna tell y'all that, oh yeah, the dupes suck, get the original for it. If you are standing next to somebody, if you're wearing this fragrance and the person next to you is wearing Sauvage Elixir, the average person, even myself, would probably think, okay, they probably shared that fragrance if y'all walked in together or whatever. They just borrowed the same scent. No one's gonna say, oh yeah, that person's wearing a dupe, that person's wearing the original. And most importantly, people don't care about that, right? So the average person won't really care unless what you're wearing smells really bad to them, then they'll walk away. Or if you're overspraying it, then you come across as desperate. But it's really good. Truly, it's a sexy masculine fragrance. And the big takeaway here is it's $30. Now, in terms of performance, it was a noticeable 6 hours for me. And I'm sure that if I applied more of it, if I did 5 sprays of this fragrance, which I wouldn't, especially in the summertime right now, because that just seems like a disaster, I know it's going to push past further. So when I say 6 hours, I'm saying that that's noticeable wear for me. I would catch it wafting in and out a lot more often within those 6 hours. And even after those 6 hours, I could still smell it, but it just wasn't as strong, right? Which is to be expected. Now, this is something a lot of people tell me when it comes to dupe fragrances is like, Melissa, you have to let it, what's the word they use? They say macerate. You have to let it macerate, let it sit in your collection after 2 to 3 months, then use it again. And for me, I'm very much the type of person that when I get a fragrance, I don't want to just have to wait 2 to 3 months to let it sit and then use it, right? I want to be able to use it right away. And the big argument here is, no, maceration happens when someone's making the fragrance, not just letting it sit. So there's a big debate that people go back and forth with. But I mean, if this is how good the fragrance smells and how like the performance it has before letting it sit for a couple months, then I'm sure as time goes by, the fragrance is just going to age like fine wine, right? Which is also interesting to me because a lot of the times when it comes to dupes, they age like milk. Like they don't age the best, right? But if that's what y'all are saying, I have faith. I believe you. So overall, I give this fragrance a thumbs up. If that's what you're looking for is a masculine, mass appealing scent with a twist, then Asad is a good one. Now, when it comes to when and where to throw on this fragrance, I would say stay away from it when it's hot outside. And I know that I have a lot of followers that like to wear sweet, loud fragrances in the heat. And some people, depending on where you live, are used to that, right? But to me, it could be very nauseating wearing a strong fragrance or like a scent that goes sweet very early on in the heat, just because it can get annoying. It can be migraine inducing. And if it's not going to be migraine or headache inducing to you, it will be to the people around you. So for me, this is definitely a fragrance that I would throw on when the sun is down, or if it's a bit chillier outside, the same kind of way that I would use Sauvage Elixir. So if you're someone that lives in the heat, then I would just say out of all the Sauvages, just go for the EDP. The EDP is the best blend between, I think, out of all of them. The EDT, a little bit sharp. EDP, good blend. The Elixir is more of their challenging scent, but more of their winter fall fragrance. And this I would still classify as a winter fall fragrance, but overall really good. And I've been very surprised with how much I've enjoyed the Lattafa fragrances I've tried recently. So if y'all have any more recommendations from this house, please, please, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll also put the link for where I got this fragrance in the comment section as well, in case you want to check that out. But for anybody else that has experiences with Asad, let people know in the comment section, because, you know, the more opinions, the better, because not everybody's going to agree on something. So the more that people can read before they get the fragrance, I just think that they'd be better off with just more experiences and opinions. Okay, so I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.